All right, let's talk about a dynamic that shapes every single office, every team, and every project out there. We're diving into the ultimate showdown, boss versus leader. And trust me, this isn't just about fancy words. The difference is everything. But before we get into it, let me ask you something. Just take a second and think about your own job. Are you just being managed, told what to do, how to do it, step by step? Or are you actually being led, inspired, and guided towards a bigger goal? The difference might seem small, but it's massive, and we're about to break down exactly why.
Okay, let's jump into our first major contrast, and this one is a big one. It's all about control versus empowerment. This is really the first fork in the road, the clearest sign of who you're really working with.
So on one side, you've got the boss. They operate from a place of control, right? They've got the magnifying glass out, hovering over your shoulder, micromanaging every little thing. This whole style is built on the idea that people just can't be trusted. But then you've got the leader, and they operate from a place of trust. They actually believe in their team's talent and ability to get the job done, which, surprise, surprise, fuels amazing collaboration and creativity.
So, what does this empowerment thing actually look like in the real world? Well, a real leader doesn't just throw tasks at people. They delegate based on what people are good at, giving them a chance to truly own their work from start to finish. A great example of this is Reed Hastings at Netflix with his whole no rules culture. He trusted his team with a massive amount of freedom, and by focusing on incredible results instead of controlling every little step, he built a powerhouse. It's all about building real skills and confidence, not just ticking boxes on a checklist.
All right, on to our second contrast. This one really cuts to the core of someone's character. What happens when things go wrong? 'Cause, let's be real, they always do. This is that moment of truth that separates the bosses from the leaders.
And the difference is like night and day. A boss, they immediately start pointing fingers, looking for someone to blame. It's all about protecting themselves, deflecting any heat. But a leader, they step up. They stand in front of their team and take the hit, because they know that at the end of the day, the buck stops with them.
This actually brings up a super powerful concept called extreme ownership, which was made famous by the former Navy SEAL commander Jocko Willink. The idea is simple, but honestly pretty radical. A leader takes all the blame when things fail, but gives away all the credit when things succeed. It totally flips the script on traditional management.
So here's why that's a game changer. This approach creates something called psychological safety. When your team knows for a fact that you have their back and you're not going to throw them under the bus, they feel safe. Safe to take risks, safe to innovate, and weirdly enough, they become more accountable themselves. The whole culture shifts from finding blame to finding solutions.
And that brings us to our final contrast, which really gets to the heart of motivation itself. It's the difference between telling people what to do and showing them why it matters.
Look, a boss gives commands. The relationship is basically a transaction. You do this task, you get this paycheck. Simple. But a leader inspires. Their relationship is transformational. They paint this incredible picture of the future and invite the entire team to come help build it.
In leadership theory, there's a name for this boss approach. It's called transactional leadership. It's all based on a really straightforward system of rewards and punishments. And yeah, it can be effective for keeping things running and making sure tasks get done, but it almost never inspires people to bring their best, most creative ideas to the table.
On the flip side, the leader embodies what's called transformational leadership. And this style is all about inspiring people to look past their own self-interest and work for the good of the whole team. These leaders don't just manage work, they grow people. They encourage new ideas, and they make the work feel like it actually means something.
So, after looking at these three huge differences, where does that leave us? In today's world, which is all about speed and innovation, who really comes out on top?
Well, the verdict is pretty clear, isn't it? Bosses, they create followers. People who do what they're told, follow the rules, and just wait around for the next set of instructions.
But leaders, they do something so much more powerful. They empower, they mentor, and they inspire. They create more leaders.
And that's what this all comes back to, you. Because leadership isn't some title they hand you. It's a choice. It's a choice you make every single day in how you show up for the people around you. So the final question is really the only one that matters. Which one will you choose to be?